Hey, BassGeek here, and you geeks know I love my swim baits, but I also am constantly looking for baits that can be used a lot of different ways. What happens if you put those two together? That's right, geeks, I love my swim baits. You all know it. I have a ton of them, and I'm always buying more, and my wife wants to murder me because of it. But I get to try out a lot of different ones, and I get to tell you about the ones that I actually like. And I found another. This bait is something that you actually see me talk about in a short not too long ago. And it's something that they have a lot of different sizes too. It's super soft. You can fish it really slow. But there's one particular thing about it that I really like, especially when the bass are really in a negative mood. Let me show you a little bit about the Xzone Swammer. So if you guys haven't seen the unboxing, make sure you go check it out. We did an unboxing. I think we had some Fitzgerald reels, some Xzone Lures, a ton of stuff that they sent us, some angler tungsten heads, and some jigs that you really need to go see. But anyway, I'm gonna run through a couple of sizes and colors. They make these in an array, like this is just a few of them, but they make these in a large number of different sizes, bigger than what I have in my hand here, and they make them all the way down to the smaller finesse ones that I'm going to show you. These are kind of my go-tos. I cannot wait to pick up some of the bigger sizes, give them a try later this summer. But you know, just some standard colors right here. So I'm going to show you the 4-inch swimmers first. Now these are spelled S-W-A-M-M-E-R, swammers. I don't know, just me. But this is, I believe, pearl silver flake. This is Tennessee shad. This is electric shad. Now, one thing I want you to look at is how soft these are. These are as soft as a lot of the other popular ribbed or finesse style swim baits on the market. These things have incredible action. These are the ones we're going to rig up here in just a minute that we're going to show you. These are the 3.5. This is probably my favorite all-around size. And they come in pretty much the same colors. This is electric shad. This is 210. And this is a great color in any bait, Pro Blue Red. One of my favorite baits to throw is their 2.75 finesse swimmer. This thing is incredibly small, incredibly great action, and I love it for scoping. I love it on a spin head, on an underspin. This just, it gets a lot of bites. This is the 210. This is electric shad. And this is Tennessee shad. So what I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you a very particular way that I rigged this up that allows me to be able to stop it in ways that really you can't stop other baits. Let's take a look at that. So one of the very first things you'll notice about this is that it has almost like a top pour sort of setup. Like, you know, if anybody knows and you poured soft plastics, a top pour is basically a mold that's open, and you pour the plastic in, and it always has sort of this flat top. So that's what's called a top pour versus, like, say, an injection mold, right? So there's something to be said about these. A lot of times a top pour mold, and I don't know if they top pour or if they injection mold. This may just be the design of their baits. But one thing that I love about this is you can rig it like this. So if you're fishing around bed fish, or if you're fishing around bluegill spawn, or if you're fishing, you know, something where you can stop it and bring it, this flat side is amazing. Let me show you this. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to rig this what you might think to be upside down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay it out there as normal, and I'm going to see that it comes out about right there. I'll mark it with my finger, put a little hole right dead center. Then I'm gonna go ahead and shove it up on here. Want to make that as straight as possible. Find our little hole. Come out, dead center. Now we're gonna shove it up on there, and one of the keys to this, you know, when you've got that sort of screw lock, is to make sure that head is fat. Push that down, bend that tail over and twist it up. Bend that tail over, twist it up there. I really love these angler tungsten heads for this, because the way I fish this, you're going to detect every little bite, and there you have it. She's rigged and ready. Now you guys know what knot I tie on this, but for now, let me show you what rod and reel I'm using. All right, geeks, so we are going to use for this a TFO Tactical Elite, which again, I believe has been changed to Taction. Again, I will put links to the actual new version of this rod. This is my casting swim bait rod. By the way, that is a 3/8 ounce head. And this is a medium fast action. Great rod from TFO. I have a Akuma Hakai on here. This is 10-pound test on this. Now, I might use a little bit heavier. This is K9 Pro 100 fluorocarbon, because we're going to be fishing this a lot on the bottom. I'll show you that in just a little bit. But this is also a 6-2-1 reel. All right, let me show you how I like to fish this very unique swim bait. So like I said, this thing has got some great action to it, and I'm telling you, it's so soft. It's really got an incredible kind of body roll to it, especially when it's sitting like this, which most of you would consider it being upside down, especially when you tag it up with the Angler tungsten head. But this Xzone Swimmer, man, what's great about it is how it sits flat on the bottom. So when you're running it or looking for beds, or when you're around bluegill, or when you are just fishing and, you know, for really finicky bass, you can really move this along, set it down, pick it up, and have it swim, stop, go. This is one of the best stop and go swim baits I think I've ever used. I know I've got it rigged upside down. It's really pretty impressive. Now, what are you gonna do when you're fishing it? You're gonna simply make your cast out there to your target. And the great thing about these things, it's anything you wanna throw to. It does come across rock real well like this. I kind of like it a little bit better with flipped around the other way if I'm going to come across a lot of wood. If I'm looking for these spawning bluegill, which is what this color is going to mimic, this bait is perfect for that. So basically, you're going to make the cast out to your target. You're going to let it sink to the bottom. Once it's on the bottom, you're just going to start reeling. Now, I love to keep this thing in contact with the bottom. So like I always say, when I'm reeling this, if I'm not ticking the bottom every once in a while, I'm reeling it too fast. If I'm on the bottom constantly, I'm reeling it too slow. I want to make sure that I'm ticking that bottom. But every once in a while, I just want to stop it. I want to let it sit on the bottom for a second, and then I want to move it again. And that's what's going to get you a reaction strike out of this combination. It's unbelievable. Now, the bigger Angler tungstens have got a great hook in them. I think that's an owner, I believe, might be wrong. So you're going to set the hook. I would side set, keep my rod tip down, and reel that puppy into me. All right, that's where a good medium action rod with a nice tip is going to keep you from overpowering those big bass that eat this bait, and they will eat this bait. When it goes to landing it, I'll boat hop it, sure, depending on the size. But if it's a good fish, I'm going down and putting it on my thumb, or I'm hoping my buddy's ready with the net. If you geeks have not tried this Xzone Swimmer, I've kind of been keeping it on the down low a little bit, but you're going to see more and more of it on my channel. It is so nice. It has got such an incredible, I don't know, it's just the wobble is different on it. You can fish it so many different ways, from weedless to underspins. It's extremely versatile. And what I like about it is what I've been doing with it during the spawn, and that's setting it on its belly and just letting it sit there. If you guys didn't see my little trick that I used this with and the Omega Salvation jig, you need to go see that too. That's an incredible bed and bass technique. As always, geeks, tell me if you tried the Xzone swim bait before. Let me know what you think about it. But as always, questions, comments in the comment section below. You know I love to talk fishing with you. It is getting dark and I am getting hungry. So like it if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Ring that bell so you get notifications. Join that 100% Watch Squad. You geeks make this channel grow for me. Be part of the 100% Watch Squad. It is free. You just got to watch every video when it comes out. 100% of the time, 100% of the way through the video. Anyway, like I said, I'm hungry and you geeks rock.